And instead of it working the way you want it to, it works in reverse, because when you're trying really hard, it's an indicator that you're trying to use your words and your actions and your affirmations to compensate for vibration that you didn't get started off on the right foot. We think affirmations are wonderful, but we would make sure that we are feeling really good when we affirm, because the universe doesn't hear what you say. The universe hears what you mean.
It also responds to how you feel, doesn't it?
Well, that's right. That's how you know what you mean. So if you're feeling weak and you're proclaiming that you're strong, the universe is just, and the louder you're saying it, the more the universe is hearing you demanding something that you do not feel. It's trying too hard. For a while we were offering an analogy that we see you, it's like you go down to the river's edge with your canoe and you put it in the water and you point it upstream and you paddle really hard, because it feels like to get something done there should be some struggle involved. But law of attraction is responding. Law of attraction is the path of least resistance. And if you can accept that you are source energy and that there is a trajectory of ease and least resistance, and you can feel when you're on that trajectory and you can feel when you get off of it. And sometimes the more you proclaim that you're on it, the more you're really off of it just trying to get on it. It's better just to take a nap.
All right, I've got a very important question. Not that these haven't been. I have 8 children.
You have our condolences.
Well, before I had any children, I had 8 theories about how to raise children. Now I have 8 children, no theories about how to raise children. But I have a daughter, her name is Serena. And when she was 11, 10, 9, whatever years old, she used to always complain to me about my fathering, about my parenting, giving me lots of advice about I do this wrong and I do that wrong. And after a while, I just got fed up with it one day, and I had been listening to some of the things that Abraham had said, and I said to her, I said, if you don't like the kind of father that I am, the kind of parent that I am, then you shouldn't be blaming me. I said, you should really be taking a look at yourself and asking yourself, why in the world would you pick me to be your father? And she stood on her hands and put her hips on and rolled her eyes back, that 10-year-old kind of look, and said, you're telling me that I actually picked you to be my father and picked Mom to be my mom? I said, exactly right. I said, and when you're making important decisions like that, you should really be very careful about it.
Even more than that, you are right now evoking the kind of parent I am being. Your expectation is so powerful, I cannot override it. I could, but we seem to have rendezvoused on a vibrational spot that makes each of us want to blame the other for what's going on here.
So her final response to me, which was the best response I think I've ever heard from one of my kids, she said, well, then I must have been in a hurry. And my question to you, Abraham, is there anything before we show up in this world of form?
Yes.
That we have any access to who our parents are going to be? How does that work?
Well, there's a powerful trajectory. There's a powerful but general plan. You knew that you were coming forth, and you knew that the variety would be perfect. You knew that the variety would inspire you to your personal new preferences.
But when you say you knew, in what way? I mean, there's no brain to work with, there's no body to work with, you're in this formless...
What does brain have to do with consciousness and knowing?
You're the one who has to answer that.
The brain is the focusing mechanism that you're utilizing here. But there is consciousness that is outside of what you call the human focus of the brain.